Cartoon recaps here. Today I will be starting the animation series called The Perfect World. Spoilers ahead, relax and enjoy. We see a palace at the beginning of the movie. A man called Xiaoyan is taking his baby away from the Wu Palace because his family wants to kill the baby and use it for sacrifice for the welfare of themselves. We see lots of soldiers appeared in front of the palace to try and stop him from getting out with the baby. Suddenly, Xiaoyan started to fight with the soldiers by unleashing his dragon powers. It was really a long battle with the army, but he manages to defeat a large number of the soldiers, making the rest of them to be scared of him. His wife Chun Yiting also arrives and joins her husband in the battle to save her baby from this predicament. Unfortunately, another person from the palace, who has the same powers with Xiaoyan, arrives to stop him. There's a really fierce fight between the both powerful warriors, but it turns out the man is more powerful than him. But Xiaoyan still tries his best in the fight by holding a sharp sword with his bare hand, and his wife also joins in the fight so she can protect her baby at all costs. Suddenly the man grows more angry and unleashes a stronger power, Li powers in the form of a tiger. Xiaoyan sees this and unleashes his own powers, and his wife also joins her powers, and they both formed a huge dragon, which suddenly overcomes the man's ultimate powers and defeated it. The scene cuts to a few years later, where we see a gigantic gorilla about to attack a place. But the boundary spell used to protect the place stops it. The scene that changes to a stone village at the field where martial arts is practiced. The children there are learning martial arts because the wilderness is menacing and dangerous, and many harmful beasts all around. So to prevent themselves from the harmful beast, they have to train to protect themselves. They are being supervised by their grandfather of the family, who trains them from the upcoming threat. Among the children is a boy called Xiao. Despite being younger and smaller than all of them, he seems to be more skillful and hard-working than the rest of the children. This causes a kid among them called Pai-ho to be really jealous of him. The scene changes to when we see a fire rhino with two heads in the forest. And we see the youths from Stone Village prepare to attack the double-headed rhino, so they can use it to feed themselves and the rest of the villagers in the wilderness. One of them bravely goes to attack the rhino, but he is knocked out. The rest of them also goes to attack the rhino, and with their teamwork in the hunting, they are able to bring down the rhino. The rhino is about to be killed, but a huge bird appears in front of them and takes the food away from them. They are really angry seeing their food taken away. But luckily, the rhino unleashes a fire on the bird, making it to release the rhino back to the ground. But just as a volcano gets awakened and throws fire all around the sky, the giant bird gets afraid and retreated from its hunt. They finally gain possession over the rhino and takes it back to their village. All the kids are so excited that their fathers are back and cheers them up for their bravery. While Xiao is so devastated. Because his parents are not with him, the grandfather of the village notices Xiao's mood, goes to him to cheer him up. He lies to him saying that his parents are in a long distance away from them, and will take a long time for them to get back. He then decides to take him to the animal that was caught by the hunting team. The next morning, we see an ancient old tree called God Lui, in which the villagers look up to as their god, as it is the guardian of the stone village. The grandfather of the village leads a worship to praise the gods, while the rest of the village joins him in the prayers. Later that afternoon, we see a lot of children being forced to a pool by their fathers to have a healthy bath, which is combined with the true essences of the two-headed rhino, that will make their bones as strong as the beasts. The water is so hot that the children couldn't endure the pain, but young Xiao doesn't care and pleaded with his grandfather to have his favorite animal milk after the bath is over. The grandfather of the village is touched by his morality and agrees to his request while laughing. Immediately, the grandfather begins the medical bath and the water becomes so hot, making it seem impossible for the children to endure the heat. But Xiao stays calm, even though the pool was critically hot. The other kids couldn't hold the pain anymore and jumps out of the pool, but Xiao still remains there. Suddenly, the true essences of the two-headed rhino comes out of the pool, and according to the grandfather instructions, Xiao absolves the energy, and his body potentiality suddenly makes the pool liquid to evaporate. Xiao comes out from the pool as it becomes so hard for him to hold on that much powers. Suddenly, the excess power makes him to lift the pool up in the air. Immediately he finished with the rituals. Xiao then calmly requested for the animal milk which his grandfather promised him. The grandfather, being so proud of him, joyfully gives him the permission to drink as much milk as he wants. The other children are happy that he now possesses the powers of the two-headed rhino, apart from Pai-ho, who still seems jealous of him. Xiao suddenly takes the favorite milks his master gave him, and sacrifices it to God Lui, so he will bring back his parents. The poor boy misses his parents and really wants them back. While crying, The younger sister of Pai-ho suddenly appears and gives Shihao her own milk. But he rejected it, claiming he is all grown up now. He wants to know why she isn't with her brother. Being a little child, she replies saying big egg and blue bird. Shihao immediately understands what she was saying, knowing that Pai-ho is gone for hunting to take the giant bluebird eggs. Shihao runs desperately inside the wilderness, telling Xinyu to go back to the care of the grandfather of the village. Meanwhile, Pai-ho and the other kids has arrived at the giant bird nest, and they so joyful about to take the egg back to the village. But unfortunately, the giant bird notices them stealing her children and goes to kill them. Thank you for watching, guys. I will be recapping the next episode soon. You don't want to miss out. Please subscribe to this channel. And keep watching. Bye.